Howdy y'all, Big Country here, and today I'm going to be going over our tech sales bootcamps a scam? Welcome back, y'all. For those of y'all new to my channel, my name is Big Country. I'm a tech sales recruiter. I represent dozens and dozens of software companies from small to large, and I help people get their next job in tech sales, sometimes their first. I've been doing this for about a year now. Prior to this, I was an SDR on my own, and I've booked meetings for over 9 different tech companies with all different variables included. So as of now, as of today, I talk to candidates all from the left, all from the right, who are considering tech sales boot camps, want to be in tech sales, and they're all at different levels of knowledge when it comes to what the industry is actually like. And so this video today, for today's purposes, guys, is to help you out in deciding if a tech sales bootcamp is right for you. So first reason I want to bring up that a tech sales bootcamp might be a horrible decision for you is if you're already a strong salesperson. If you've been selling insurance, if you've been selling logistics, hell, even if you've been flipping lots of credit cards behind a desk, behind a cash register for a long time, you might already have a lot of the sales skills that you need and feel good about yourself to be confident and to be able to pick up stuff well in a tech sales environment. Granted, there is lots of technical stuff that you'll have to learn on the job, but just having a badge on your resume might not be necessary. And I'll get to the other points here in a second. Reason number two for why it might not be a great choice is because tech sales boot camps can tend to be expensive. Now, that's not to say all of them are. There are even some free ones out there. I was talking to a candidate last week who had been in child protective services. He had just rough things going on in his childhood, and he was able to lock down a solid tech sales training boot camp for free that was paid out through nonprofit organizations. So if you fit some type of underrepresented group, that might be a great place to start looking, is what types of tech sales boot camps or what types of resources are there out there for me. I know for me personally, I have heard of some that are veteran relevant. So if you are a transitioning veteran, that might be something to consider, but the cost is a huge one. And so I've already done the research because there's 3 tech sales boot camps that I come across in my current job most often. That's going to be SV Academy, Flockjay, and PreHired. So I'll let y'all know right now, guys, SV Academy, it's going to cost at least 10K. 10 grand. So all of these boot camps have some type of a deferred payment option where you can pay more over the course of time. But SV Academy is a really popular one out there. It's going to cost at least 10K, or you can also do 18 installments of $550. Okay. Flockjay is another one. I have heard some positive things from people who have been there. And I've also heard a few negative things. So I'll do more in-depth video on Flockjay later on, but for right now, if you're a California resident, as of today, it's 2022, it's early April, $7,650 for enrollment, and then $6,000 if you are not a California resident. So that's the cost there. For PreHired, this is the big boy. You might as well just go to college if you're thinking about PreHired. It's going to cost you $30,000. I think you would be way better off with just a regular bachelor's degree, and I don't think I talked to too many people who are coming out of PreHired who do have a degree. So I can't say that there's any saving grace for PreHired at this point. So that's reason number 2, guys. Might be a great idea, is cost. All right, reason number 3. Reason number 3 might tie in a couple of the ones that I already brought up, but you just might not need it. Reason I say that is because if you're already good at doing research and you've already done enough digging on the internet about what it takes to land the tech sales interview, there's my channel, there's Patrick Deng, there's Trent Dressel out there. Great channels to look at, guys. They're going to give you all types of excellent tips on what to interview and how to develop yourself as a person before even applying to some of these jobs, because you certainly don't want to shoot yourself in the foot with a company that would be really great for you if you flop during the interview process. So I highly encourage you to get yourself ready, and I'll talk about some things that you can do to do this. But for right now, you might not need one. I mean, if you have a college degree, if you're just coming out of school, if you know that you want to be in sales, if you already have some type of sales experience, maybe you've read a handful of sales books, maybe you've been following my channel or some other similar channels, and you feel like you have a good idea of what it's like being on the inside. Hell, maybe if you have friends that are already in tech sales, you'll probably be good enough to be able to articulate why you are a good fit for an SDR, BDR type job coming out fresh without needing to spend these multiple tens of thousands of dollars for an arbitrary badge. All right, reason number 4, you might just not be cut out for tech sales. And so I want to add the caveat to that on top of that is yet. But so I talk to people all the time who have been through a tech sales boot camp before, went to SV Academy, went to Flockjay, and it's a pattern. What I see a lot of times is that somebody's already been in some other type of profession for a long time. I've talked to dental assistants, I've talked to people who have just been veterinary people, some people who went through law school and then were claims adjusters. And what I hear them say is, well, the reason I wanted to get into tech sales is because I wanted to make more money and because I wanted to work remote. Guys, wanting to work remote is not a great reason to get into tech sales. It's probably one of the worst reasons I've ever heard. You shouldn't want to work remote and then be in a job that necessarily means that you have to interact with people all the time. On top of that, if we're talking about SDR jobs, only about 28% of all of them are on a fully remote schedule right now. And that's something that I think a lot of these boot camps don't articulate well to the people who are considering them. Getting a tech sales certification is the purpose for it is not to get a remote job. You should want to get into sales to get into sales, not because to get a job. Reason number 5 is you can be put in a leg lock. What I mean by that is that there are agreements out there, and I've talked to candidates all the time who are saying, yo, this is my first tech sales job. I'm gonna need at least a 60K base before I take my first tech sales job. And in my opinion, maybe they're not even that strong in the first place. The reality is, guys, is that just because you have this stamp of approval on your resume doesn't mean that you're gonna command any higher of a base pay. It is a sales job. If you wanna make money in it, you're gonna have to perform. And so if you wanna put out and you wanna command that level of money right out the gate, you're going to have to demonstrate through an interview that you deserve to be paid a certain amount up front and that you will likely deliver on it throughout the course of your first year. So other reason I'm saying this is because it kind of makes sense. I've talked to a candidate before who was apprehensive about pulling the trigger on his first tech sales job. He had offers before, but didn't make it through college, had a jumbly resume. LinkedIn didn't look all that great. And, it makes it so that you basically can't take your first job until you find something that you are super, super certain is going to pay you a whole bunch of money right up at front. And the deal is, guys, is it's better to be employed than not. It's better to be making money than to be bleeding money. But it's almost like, the Flockjay or SV Academy is putting a gun to your head like, yo, you better be making this much. You better give me my money, boy. Otherwise, you're not going to... what's the point? So, I mean, I've talked to people at the same time who are having to do this type of thing. They start their first SDR job, but they're still having to wait tables. My recommendation is, generally speaking, if you're confident in yourself and you think that you can get a tech sales job, your SDR job without doing all of this, just do that. Just prep yourself. You can learn everything you need to on the internet outside of doing this, or just get some sales experience. All right, last one, guys, is number 6, redundant training. So when you take your first SDR job, especially if it's at a bigger or more well-established company, they're gonna train you on everything all the way over again. And so I'm not saying that the training that you got from whatever boot camp you did will be completely worthless, because I'm sure there's value in it. But the thing is that if you're really killer and you just have you have a good sales bone deep down in your body, it's going to be annoying if you go work at, Salesforce or something like that. And then you have to basically start from the ground floor, and you're going to want to take a nap during the middle of the day. And nobody wants to do that. The other thing too is that sometimes you might just learn a lot of bad habits. I know for one thing, I hear a whole lot from SV Academy Flockjay graduates is, oh, I want to be an inbound SDR. Well, newsflash, nobody wants to hire an inbound SDR. Not saying they don't exist, but a lot of the skills and what makes a salesperson and what makes a hiring manager want to get a salesperson is that hunter mentality. I want to eat what I kill. I want to be able to find my own leads and close them and get their foot in the door and get new lines of business, because new business is the best business. And it's a necessary component of so many more senior level tech sales jobs out there that I hardly advise people to just want to be in a role where they're just answering the phone all day and running through band. So more on that later, guys, but for right now, that's number 6, redundant training. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you like this video, give me a fat thumbs up. If you have taken or are considering doing a tech sales bootcamp and you want either my thoughts or you want to ask everybody else, leave me a comment down below. I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, bang the notification bell, and thanks so much for joining today. Once again, guys, I've been Big, you've been Country. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Peace out.